Okay, it has taken me days to get through everything that we've been witnessing for the past few days. This incident in Minneapolis has really wrecked me. I got to do a better job explaining to my wife that I'm not okay. It is impossible as a black man living in this country to watch black men needlessly and senselessly losing their lives and not have that affect you. And I can hear many people right now, white people, as well as some black people that I've experienced in my life, and they'll ask you questions like, well, why are you still here? If life in this country is so bad, Dondre, why are you still here? Here's a very simple answer to that question. My ancestors' blood fertilized this soil. You brought us here. We built this country off of the lives, the backs of our people, our ancestors. My ancestors' blood is fertilizing this soil. I shouldn't have to leave here. I have just as much of a birthright, because I was not born in Africa. For some of you white scholars, I was born here. There is no bigger or greater patriot in this country than black people. And I'm going to explain to you why. Despite the fact that we lack evidence that this country cares about us, we still show up every single day to do what a responsible citizen is supposed to do. That is a patriot. But now here's the question. Why are we so patriotic? This country, for its resources, no better country in the world in terms of the access of resources. But there definitely has to be a better country in the world about the way the country accesses its citizens, the way it resources its citizens, the way it treats its citizens. And I gotta tell you, and I've contended this for quite some time, I've never felt like a nigger in Canada. Never. I'm sure that they have their problems. Every nation has their problems. I've never felt like a nigger. I've never felt like a black man. Every time I've been there, I just felt like a person who happened to be there. America, here's what I want you to know. Everything that you're experiencing right now, with all of the violence, the retaliations, the protests, the riots. Dr. King said that riots were the language of the unheard. So America, here's what you're going to have to figure out. You're going to have to figure out whether you want to hear your citizens or not. James Baldwin said that to be a black person in this country and to be relatively conscious is to be in a state of rage all the time. Not some of the time, all the time. I am in a state of rage and a state of grief all the time. I've been grieving for the past few days like I can't even explain to you. Because seeing that brother on the ground, while I saw his face, I saw every black face that I know. Every black man that I know, including myself, including my son. America, you got a serious problem on your hands. When somebody like me, who does what I do, I help males matriculate into manhood. I help restore and resuscitate marriages. I build a bridge of language between myself and people who don't look like me. When you've got me feeling like I have to sequester myself to my home, thank God for this quarantine, because it's helped me to stay here. When you've got me feeling like it will be difficult for me to not engage a white person who I know has disdain for my very existence. When you got a person like me struggling, to not allow myself to grab a hold of somebody, you got a problem on your hands. You got a serious problem on your hands, America. Remember that Dr. King was not as revered as he is now. He's revered now because he's dead. Our brother is gone. When he was here, folks did not revere him, particularly white folks in that time. He was not revered. He was not loved. He's loved now because he's dead. And he was the non-violent one. White America, you better get yourself together, because you're going to put out a whole lot of fires soon. You're already putting some out in Minneapolis. But the fire that you're not paying attention to is the fire that you keep setting in the hearts of your citizens, because you're ignoring us. It's not even worth stating that any black person who committed this crime from hearsay would have been in jail. We got a crime that was committed on camera. America, you got a serious problem on your hands. You're going to be putting out fires of structures because of all of the rioting that's going to happen. But the fire that you should be putting out, you are completely ignoring. But okay, I've been saying this for over a year now. You can go back and look at all of my Instagram posts. Look out. I knew this day was going to come. And I'm a black man who builds all people. I don't just build my people. I build all people. Why? Not because I'm colorblind. You're not supposed to be colorblind. That would make you an idiot. You're supposed to see color and have it not matter. You're supposed to see color and appreciate the fact that that color is different than your own. That's supposed to be what should happen. But that's not what's happening in our country. It's extremely disgusting what we've been witnessing. And I know I can hear some people right now, white folks right now, what good will come of rioting? You're burning down your own community. When black people are burning areas down that they may live in, they're not burning down anything that they own. So when you talk about you're burning down your neighborhood, it's not our neighborhood. We don't own that. Our way of getting you to hear when we're unheard, again, as Dr. King said, when we're unheard, is to riot. Because see, now we got your attention. Now you know it's serious. And guess what? I got news for you. It's going to get even more serious. Because you don't move when we say we're not breathing. We can't breathe. You don't move when a citizen says, can you check his pulse? You don't move when someone says, oh, you know what? That really didn't feel good, what you did. You know what? There should be a different way that we could do this. You know what? Why don't we bridge a language of understanding between the two of us? Why don't we listen to one another? And why don't we begin to address each other's needs? You don't move when that's been done. You begin moving when you lose something. I know what to do with this police officer who had his knee on the brother on that ground. What we need to do is we need to handcuff him, put him on his belly, and have someone put their knee on his neck for 7 minutes. And if he lives, then we'll figure out what his sentence is after that. I bet we'll get your attention then, won't we? See, this is where we are. Now, America, you need to be put on a little timeout. And you're going to get everything that you have been sowing. You're going to reap it right now. And I'm not calling, I want everyone to be clear. I'm not calling for anyone's death, but I'm calling for someone's attention. America, you better get it together. You're going to destroy yourself because you haven't addressed the needs of the people. When people like me who build people are fed up, when people like me who build people are sitting in a constant state of grief and rage, you got a huge problem on your hands. Huge problem. You know, there used to be a saying that when the revolution will not be televised, that was then. The revolution will be televised because social media is here. Everybody's got a camera. So you're going to see it and you're not going to like anything that you see. America, you better get it together. Quick. This is a ticking time bomb. And again, I don't want anybody to misconstrue anything that I'm saying. I'm not calling for violence. I just know violence is coming. You've already acknowledged that everything that police officer did was not in any handbook of policing. You don't teach that. It's illegal. And you can't hand down charges? You can't hand down charges on that you've already acknowledged is something that's not taught? something that is in fact legal, but then in a press conference, you're going to say that you don't see what was actually criminal? Minneapolis, you're going to be the microcosm of what's about to happen all across this country, because this is the straw that is breaking the camel's back. If you don't hand down charges on this brother right here, for this brother, against that vile dog who had his knee on that brother's neck, you're going to have a huge problem on your hands. I'm so angry right now. But as a man, I know that my assignment is to stay in control of myself. I know that that's my assignment, because I will seriously hurt somebody if I'm not in control. But I'm going to tell you what's not in control. I can't control how my heart has been attacked, how my spirit has been assailed. And it's taking everything in me and everything that I speak about, everything I've written about, everything that I teach, to keep myself under control. Because if not, Minneapolis will be right here in California. Because I'm telling you, good people who want good things for everyone are fed up. Every white person who watches this, don't say anything other than, we gotta fix this. Don't say nothing about what this brother was alleged to have done. You've got mass white murderers who get treated to fast food and put in handcuffs and taken away like they're going on a play date. And you've got black men who are complying, who are going to a grave.